Hi, Sandy here. Today I'm going to do some more glue book pages. Sorry it's been a while since I've done a video. I've had a cold. I've been fighting a cold for so long, and I'm getting really tired of it. This is day 19. I am better, but I still got a sore throat and a cough, but I'm slowly getting better. I missed like 3 days of work the first week, and I haven't missed the last 9 days of work. But I'm getting better, and I hope I don't have any coughing fits during my filming here. But it's just getting really old. And I saw my doctor, and of course they don't like to give you antibiotics anymore, and I understand that, but just have to let it run its course. I was taking Mucinex, and I think that's more for chest congestion, and I think I had both chest congestion and sinus congestion, but I'm slowly getting better. A little while we're going to go to the movies and watch Call of the Wild. I had to read that book when I was in school, like 45 years ago, nearly 50 years ago. It was a good book, I remember it. So, just living my life, doing my thing, you know. And we stopped by my mother-in-law's like a week ago, and my husband was telling her that I've been under the weather again. And remember a few months ago, you might remember a few months ago, I had some kind of an infection, and I had a severe headache for several days, and missed some work, and she's like, "Oh, I just worry about you so much. You get sick a lot." And she's 80 years old. She hardly ever gets sick. She's a tough old bird. Makes me look bad. But we get by. So, that's what I've been up to. I haven't done any scrapbooking in such a long time. You know, I wait until I collect about 100 photos, and we took Christmas photos, and I'm not quite there yet, but I wait till I collect 100 photos before I send my order in to be printed. And it's taken like 3 or 4 months now, and I still don't have any photos, but I'll get there someday. And there was a time when I was doing genealogy, and I was downloading lots of pictures from Ancestry.com. I was downloading headstone photos and pictures of ancestors and distant relatives, and I was ordering 100 photos a month, sometimes up to 300 photos a month. That was over 5 years ago, and I was keeping on top of it. They'd all go in their proper places. I have like a shelf and a half, nearly 2 full shelves of genealogy stuff. I have scrapbook. Everything goes into scrapbooks. You know, even if it's just like documents that I don't scrapbook, they go into page protectors in there, and they're very, very organized. I can find, you know, almost anybody and all the information on them all together. But I just don't take very many photos now with my daughter not being here. I haven't seen her in over a month now. I've talked to her on the phone a few times. Well, I don't even talk to her on the phone. So we text. I talked to her once, but she likes to text, so we text. And not even every day. But I know I gotta let go and let her live her life and grow and mature and develop her own little life, and that's okay. And this weekend, today is Saturday, on Wednesday morning, my brother left. The Shrine Circus is in town, and he works for them every year. He knows the people who run it, and they hire him. When they travel town to town, they hire some local people and pay them basically in cash. So he works for them for a week. That's the only week out of the year he works, except when he's helping my husband mow, and he don't move very fast. He don't work very hard. But so, and he lives at the auditorium. He stays the night there. I expect him home late tomorrow night. I'll be in bed when he gets home. But it's nice. We finally have our empty nest. And it's just Rich and I. We're going out to a movie today, spending time together. And even that's hard because Rich is working his 12-hour days, and we just went out Thursday, I think it was. Maybe it was Wednesday, to a nice steakhouse and had our Valentine's dinner like almost a week late. But that's alright. Okay, I got this page all glued together. I've got this room cut out of a magazine. It's not quite Victorian, but it's got some Victorian elements. Rosy and pretty. These are Tim Holtz girls. This is out of a magazine, Flowers. This is a scrapbooking thing. A cut apart page. There's a card back. A sewing machine. This and sign. Here's a... I think this is graphic 45. I could add something on there. Maybe I won't. Just a little girl there. A house. It's colonial. There's a modern person standing on the porch, but this is my Victorian book, you know. And this is from a cut-apart scrapbook page. And this is out of a magazine. And this is a coupon that I printed. It's got some old-fashioned scissors on it. So that page is done. So we'll slide over here. This is a pretty picture, like my secret garden. And now my thing is starting to get glue on it, so my stuff's going to start getting sticky. So we'll get that glued on. So, you know, and a few times I came in my craft room and I just sat down, and I like to watch YouTube videos while I'm crafting, not while I'm filming. But I turn on the YouTube videos and I start watching those, and I start drinking my tea, and then I'm just not creating anything. Oh man, you're just not in the mood for anything. I just had no inspiration. Last Sunday, you know, I was feeling better. I had worked 4 days that previous week, and I went to bed tired at 10 o'clock Friday night. Woke up about 9, and wow, I slept 11 hours. And I was laying there in bed. I thought, man, I could just lay here all day. This was Sunday. And I had taken a nap on Saturday. But Sunday, I just felt like I could lay in bed all day. But nope, I got to do my laundry, and you know I like my laundry day. Some people hate laundry, but I like it because then I can craft. I'm not doing it today. Today's Saturday. I'll do it tomorrow. But anyway, I set my timer, I craft, and then, you know, sometimes you need a little bit of break from your crafting, so I take 5-10 minutes and go fold a load of laundry and come back and get back to it, you know. I think it kind of keeps me more alert. I don't know. But, so Sunday I woke up after 11 hours of sleep. I didn't want to get up, but I got up and got the laundry going. And I laid on the couch with a blanket in my pajamas with the timer going, and I'd go do the laundry whenever it went off. And it wasn't hard. It didn't wear me out or anything. I just felt the need to rest. And so I watched a Netflix series, 10 episodes, that's all there is so far, of a show called Lock and Key. And so I watched that all day. And my poor brother, he didn't get to choose what he wanted to watch. Too bad. I get a turn once in a while, because I don't watch a lot of TV. So he watched it with me, but I think he was because I usually let him just watch whatever he wanted if my husband's at work, because I don't watch much TV. But I watched TV all day. And I did make dinner, and I did the dishes. I got some stuff done, but I just didn't have any ambition. And then yesterday at work, we have a clinic out at my job. I've told you this before. We have two nurse practitioners, and we've got exam rooms and everything. It's a real clinic. We don't have a real doctor, but nurse practitioners are pretty much the same thing. I clean that room every morning, and I saw the nurse practitioner come in, and I had seen her a week or two ago with my cold, and I told her I was wondering if I should come in for another visit. I said I still got my sore throat, and I'm getting really old, and she said, well, you know, I need to use a cool mist humidifier. I have a humidifier, but it's not a cool mist, so I went and bought one yesterday. I slept with it last night, and then I told her about my day, laying on the couch all day, and that's just not like me. And she said, you're tired because your body's been fighting this cold for so long. Well, that makes sense. So I'm just trying to get a lot of rest, but I'm doing better. Here I am playing in my glue book, so that's a good sign. So I'm getting a little better, and I've missed making my videos. I thought about coming in my craft room, and I have, but I just haven't gotten anything accomplished till now. I got these bird eggs here that I cut out of a scrapbooking magazine. It's a stamp that you can order. And I've got this bird that I cut out of probably Birds and Blooms. Oh, his tail's hanging off the edge. If I was really going to get fussy, I'd cut out this white part between his legs, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, so I've got my secret garden door. I've got this bird. I'll show you. I made this just recently. I did do a few of these. I think I made this way back, but anyway. Sometimes I like to make these things to fill up some space on my books. So I'll show you those. I did it once before, and I made a few more. This is just a scrapbook paper. This is from a cut apart page of a scrapbook paper. These are from, I believe they're graphic 45. Here's a vintage car. I don't know. I think it kind of needs more. I don't know. I did do this previous 2 pages. I got that done this last week. I didn't videotape it. So I love my pretty rooms. And then this is one of those things I was talking about that I just made last week. I just started with a scrap of scrapbook paper. I added a strip of scrap along the side, this picture of the doll, and added a few things. And then I can just glue it right onto a page, and then I've only got this much space to fill in, you see. So I think this book is over halfway done. We've got a ways to go in it. So I've been working on that. there I go coughing. That's not bad. So these are my things that I have made. They're kind of fun to make. Here is, I got these on a pad, several different things. And so I just took some Boyd's Bears with a bee theme and added those things. I've got some of these shapes, and I never touch them. So I used this, and I used some gold metallic pen and went around the edge to highlight the shape of it. Just added a little circle that I put from scrap, and this lady figurine. Here I just added this butterfly on a flower that I cut out of a magazine and put it on book page. And here's just a bird on book page, and it's hanging off the side, but that's okay. This is some scrapbook paper, and I thought it makes really good ephemera. And I just added a stamp and this, and that's all it needed, you know, because it would have just sat off of my scrapbook pile, because this is printed on here. And my scraps pile. And no, I'm going to make that available for me to put it on a page. And then I've got this. This is some scrapbook paper with a bunny on it. This is a junk mail envelope. Actually, I think that's from my utility bill. This is the security marking, so you can't see inside. I just added a bird and a stamp. This is scrapbook paper. This is really cool scrapbook paper. I was thinking I'm going to take some of this scrapbook paper like this, because I don't have a lot of good ephemera. A lot of people use a lot of ephemera for their background. I am in this group called Vintage Gluebook Pages, and it's run by Marguerite Miller, and she has a different style, and she's welcome to me. She likes my collages, and I post my stuff in there, but I have my own style. I don't do what like she does. But she puts a few different pieces of ephemera on there, and some stamps, and I don't think she does 8.5 by 11 pages. I think she makes smaller, like postcard size stuff. But she just adds a few little things with a lot of the background showing, and then something in the middle for, a little subject. And they're nice, but it's not my style. But I think I do need some more good ephemera. I don't use a lot of ephemera. So this is a Boyd Bear. I had a Boyd's Bear catalog. It's like 20 years old. And I cut out all the bears. There was bears printed on both sides of the pages, so I had to pick and choose which one I wanted to cut out. So, and then I think this is off gift wrap. There's some roses, and this is from the same little thing that was in the booklet with this. Just some things. I don't know what you would really do with them, but those are nice. Okay, so this is some more of that scrapbook paper. The same sheet as this. And I used that for a background with these two little bears. They kind of got matching dresses. And then I've got this. This is some scrapbook paper, and it's crooked and torn on the edge. It's got some character. So I added these ladies and a circle punch. This is the same scrapbook paper. I added some birds. And these birds, and I think they make a different kind of a nest. I don't know what they are, but I cut those out of a bird book. And, I just wasn't using them. They're just not really appealing to me a lot. So I put it on this fancy scrapbook paper. And I will use that on a scrapbook page. And that can go on a Victorian page or a random page or any page. This is this was a 12 by 12 sheet of scrapbook paper, and you cut apart the stuff. And I won't be using this in my scrapbooks, but it's going to look good in my Victorian books or any book. And then this, I just glued that onto some scrapbook paper. It's just to fill in some space on my glue book pages. This is a map scrapbook paper with some birds. These are also from that same scrapbook paper. They had a lot of pretty things on there, and I just cut them apart and added some stamp, just make it a little bit interesting. This is an angel yard ornament, concrete pillar, just on a little piece of scrapbook paper to fill in some space. There's some birds I cut out. I fussy cut all of this, put on some matte paper, same as this. I fussy cut that, put that on some scrapbook paper. I have a whole pile of this vintage background paper. There's some birds. I have a book that I bought with all of these. I could color these, but I probably won't. These drawings of these birds, and I fussy cut them and put them on scrapbook paper. There's a bird. It's an odd shape, and I wouldn't really. It'd be kind of harder to use on the glue book because I'm using a lot of squares. I do like things to overlap, but I put it on this music paper. This is a plate you can order out of a catalog. I just cut it out. This is some mandalas. I bought a coloring book and I colored these. Those are really nice for a background. Not necessarily for Victorian, although they could be. But if you imagine a stained glass window, a little bold. Okay, this, I cut this bird out and put this on this scrapbook paper. This is very, very vintagey, nice scrapbook paper. So there's the bird, and I added this, and I added this flowers. I just tore the edges to give it some interest. And then this, some scrapbook paper. I used some ephemera here. See, this is ephemera. And the flowers, and picks up these colors nicely. And the last one, this hummingbird, I added some ephemera and a strip of paper. So those will fill in some spaces on my glue books. So I've been working on that. And I need to collect some more stuff together for a page. I could do that on tape, but I think it would be pretty boring to watch. So I'm going to turn off the camera, and it's going to be instantaneous that I'll be back. Bye. Okay, I got 2 more pages ready to glue together. I got this. This is a wallpaper strip I found in the Goodwill bins. So I'm going to glue that on. This page doesn't have a lot on it. I might add more later. I don't usually go back and add stuff. I usually get everything done all at once. But we're leaving in about 15 minutes to go to the movies, so I gotta get this done. So this is pre-pasted wallpaper, and I thought about dipping it in water and getting it wet to stick it on there, but I don't want it that wet, so we'll just use the glue stick. It should be fine, I hope. Okay, get that lined up. Good enough. Okay. Now this is from the Boyd's Bear catalog. It was a full-page photo. There was some writing up here, so I cut out the top. So put that right here. Now, I had this cut out, and I'm not, oh, this, I need some glue here. It's not sticking real good. Okay, so I'm not real thrilled with how this pattern is showing through here. It's kind of complicating the shape of the ear. So I dug this piece out of the trash that I had cut out of there, and I'm going to glue it back on. I think it looks better like that. It's not going to be perfect, and I really don't care. There you go. Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay, so I've got this cat. I've got several glue sticks all over my desk. I gotta find the right one that I'm using. I got a couple empty ones. I like to scrape the last out and put it into my next glue stick and use that up, because I use a lot of glue. Okay, there's a cat. I found a cat book with Victorian style pictures. Now this is a sticker. Yeah, it's old like I thought, so I'm going to glue the back anyway. So I'm going to put this bird here. This was on a page of tags that I printed off Pinterest. I think, or maybe my friend Michelle gave it to me. She gave me some Happy Meal once. Okay. And this is so busy here, I don't want to add anything, but I like it. It's done. Okay, the next page. starting with this pretty room I got out of a magazine. It was a Christmas magazine, so there's a Christmas stocking and another one. It's a little decorated for Christmas, but we're going to ignore that, or not. There's my cough. I hope I don't do a lot of coughing at the movies. But I've been up for a few hours and done some coughing, clearing up my throat and stuff, so I might be okay. Okay. Now this says Romantic Country on it, so it's out of Romantic Country magazine. Okay, now this has some writing on it, and I don't want it there. So I've got this circle that I punched of some scrapbook paper. And I'm going to cover that up. There. Then I've got this scrapbook paper. And I'm going to put it right here. And I've got this. I printed it from Pinterest. It's a very cute picture of some teddy bears with some Victorian elements in it. Okay. Then this, I believe, that might have been graphic 45, I don't know. It was a page of cut apart stuff, and I rounded the corners. I try to get a Victorian person on every page. I didn't on that page, but it's okay to not be consistent. Then I got this ballerina figurine. Wow. That took up less space than I thought it would. Oh well, it's got a brown frame around it. Okay, and then I've got this. This I showed you that I made just to fill in some space, even though it's not very large. Yeah, I think I might switch this, put it up here. That might fill in some more space. Put this down here. Yeah, that works for me. I'm trying to go with girly things because it's a girly bedroom. And then I've got this bird cage. This was some scrapbook paper, and it had all these bird cages on it, and I fussy cut all of them out. I like to have things already fussy cut and ready to go, and that's why I glue things on pieces of paper, because then they're basically safe instead of dumping them in a bin or something and having things that get caught on each other and stuff. Well, that's everything I had gathered together. I have a couple of minutes. I need to add something. Here's my vintage envelope. Let's see what I can find. These are like dresser jars. I'm going to add those somewhere. I don't know where. Oh, here's a mirror. We'll add that. And this. Just grab some stuff. Just grab some stuff and put it on there. Why not? Hey, here's some lace. Okay. So that'll perk the page up a little bit. Maybe I'll grab a... Here's a typewriter. Just for no reason, I'm going to perk up the page next to it a little bit. Okay. Let's see. I'll add this mirror right here. little bit of lace. This is a sticker. I think I got it from Dollar Tree. See, I cut these stickers apart and put them in sections where I want them to be. Let's see, I'll put this lace right here. Oh yeah, I got more stuff, yeah. Here's a typewriter. And some dresser jars. And a Victorian lamp. Okay, I'll call that done. I'm going to get this SD card in the computer and get it processing, and then I'll be uploading it. Thanks for watching. Bye.